Baywatch, the #1 comedy of the year, the #1 smash box office hit, terrific laugh out loud comedy movie of the year. No, it's not. It's not anywhere close to that, in fact. The movie is a remake of the old 90s TV show, and as such, it follows kind of certain tropes that were done in that TV show. It's kind of trying to be like 21 Jump Street, but falling way short of that terrific mark. The story is about Mitch, which is played by The Rock. He's the leader of this lifeguard group who's having tryouts, and he's being forced to take on this bad boy ex-Olympic swimmer Matt Brody, played by Zac Efron. Now obviously these guys just don't like each other, and Mitch, who is the sort of king of this beach, who's saving everybody as much as he can, sees Matt as this kind of wild gun bad boy who looks out for himself and is not a team player. And you kind of see where the story's going to go in that fashion. But as well as that, they throw in plot, a lot of plot involving drugs being washed up on this beach, and this bad person basically just trying to run a drug business from a large social club. And that just seems atypical of these kind of movies. It's done in Starsky and Hutch. It happens in most of these movies, but the one thing it forgets to introduce is a lot of comedy. You have these two guys who have been in comedy movies, but they were never the comedy driving force within them, and as such they don't really have the kind of skills to really make a scene as funny as it could be. There is one side character, Ron, who whenever he is on screen is absolutely hilarious, and he's the best thing in the movie, but he's not in it nearly enough for my liking. You have a lot of interplay between The Rock and Zac Efron, and yeah, they look as if they're having fun and they look kind of guys that you like to hang out with, but they just aren't that funny in the movie, which is kind of underwhelming and distracting, because you feel as if you should be buying more into it. In fact, I think the major problem of Baywatch is plot. Way too much plot, and that sounds silly to say, but in this kind of movie it should have been all about the comedy, all about the humour, and they should have lost the sort of drug running aspect of it. It's not needed. They've got so much things that they could do just in this one part of beach without making it a little bit too silly by adding in all that plot. Now, of course, there was some jokes in it. It wasn't as bad as some other comedies I've seen. It's nowhere near the funniest movie I've seen this year, but it's still okay. In fact, there were people in my cinema who seemed to be having a great time at this. So, as comedy is subjective, it could just have been that this didn't tickle my funny bone, but it could make you laugh. The Rock, as always, is playing The Rock. He's kind of smiley, funny, charming, muscle-bound, and just being The Rock. Zac Efron, on the other hand, is becoming an actor that I kind of dislike in certain things. He did a similar character in Neighbours, but that was better. This one, he's a little bit dumb, a little bit more arrogant, a little bit nasty. And although they tried to give him a heart of gold, it just doesn't quite pay off. And he ultimately, in my eyes, becomes a character that I don't like and I'm just not interested in seeing on screen. In fact, I could have done without him in this movie. I don't think he really adds anything to it other than hitting the atypical beats of the bad guy who's not a team player, coming good and ultimately learning that this team is family. I gave Baywatch 2 out of 5. I didn't think it was that great. I was disappointed because of the trailers. I thought it was going to be pretty funny. It didn't deliver the laughs, which ultimately for a comedy is a failing point. And that's Baywatch for you. Did you see it? Did you like it? Did you think it was funny? Did you think it was really lacklustre and it fell flat on its face? Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs. Film.